Snowfall, the 1980s crime drama from creators John Singleton, Eric Amadio, and Dave Andron, returned to FX and Hulu for its sixth and final season, coming off its most watched run yet, a season that saw the bonds of family at the heart of young Franklin Sank's drug empire tested, then twisted, and finally completely broken. On Snowfall Season 6, Episode 2, Sissy presents Franklin to the KGB, while also attempting to mediate family peace. Veronique enlists the assistance of a third party to trace down Franklin's money. Lee and Wanda return to South Central LA in Snowfall Season 6, Episode 3 after an amazing journey to Ghana. They should have stayed away, sadly, because the Saint family is at war over drugs and money. Franklin is facing eviction from his penthouse, and his legitimate companies are failing. Franklin kept Lee up to date on the situation and personally warned him to stay away. However, his loyalty to his buddy prevents him from doing so. The episode begins with Leon scoring the streets of Accra, Ghana, for Wanda Galebean. He looks to be happier than ever, and when he does find his love, she is shopping at the local market. After they kiss, Leon peers up at a billboard with a quote from Ghanaian President Jerry Rawlings. "The errors of the past must be corrected in order to re-establish our people's trust in a secure future." That remark bears heavily on Leon as he considers returning to Los Angeles. Wanda is aware of this and points out that there is nothing for her to return to in the United States. In Ghana, she feels open and seen, unlike in the United States. Leon agrees with her admiration for the African country and pledges to consider staying. Leon and Wanda then take a tour of a former slave castle, where Africans were confined and sold. The former distributor realizes that some Africans assisted in the sale and destruction of their own people, which he compares to him poisoning his community with crack cocaine. This drives him to return to Los Angeles to see if he can make things right. Wanda objects to returning. Leon, on the other hand, is able to persuade her to accompany him after marrying her in a beach ride. When Leon and Wanda return to Los Angeles, their first destination is the projects. While Einstein, Cameron Alexander, assists the honeymooners with their luggage, he updates them on what's been going on with Franklin, Damson Idris, Louis, Angela Lewis, and Jerome, Edmund Joseph. Leon cannot comprehend it. Franklin robbed his aunt and uncle, and his uncle struck back at Franklin. Then, according to Einstein, things only grew worse from there. To begin, Jerome and Louis are caught in a drive-by shooting as they stroll out of a swanky hotel, but both escape with their lives. A gang of armed men shoots up Franklin's real estate office in retaliation. Returning the favor, Franklin or Kane, whose identity is never revealed, shoots up Louis and Jerome's bar. In terms of Kane, Einstein reveals that someone connected to Kane went to a barbershop and murdered Dion's, Quincy Chad, relative. Dion retaliated by shooting some of Kane's men while they were having their car washed. Franklin then attempts to take out Dion, while the latter is seated on a public toilet. The plan was only foiled due to cops walking in the restroom. All of this is far too preposterous for Leon and Wanda. She wonders why the couple returned to the metropolis to deal with this mess. Gustavo is still trying to conduct business as normal while he exchanges drugs and cash with Louis. Unfortunately for Louis, she is ignorant that his new employer, the DEA, is photographing them from afar. The former wrestler's next stop is to see Teddy, Carter Hudson, who tells him that they must travel to Costa Rica to find out who is tampering with the gun shipments aiding the Contras. Gustavo isn't thrilled about leaving the country with Teddy, but he finds himself on the aircraft. Once in Costa Rica, Teddy explains to some local allies that their goal is to ambush those sabotaging the gun shipments and get as much information from them as possible to figure out who they are working for. Teddy, Gustavo, and the crew manage to kill every member of the opposing force on the day of the assault, which appears to be a failed mission at first because they didn't get any information. Teddy then goes through some of the items taken from the dead corpses on the journey home and discovers a screw with a secret message hidden inside. He can't understand it, but he's certain that the Russians are behind all of the recent hiccups with gun deals. With a better understanding of what's been going on while he's been away, Leon attempts to meet with the main players to see if there is any way to reach an agreement. Dion is his first visit. The latter makes a point of claiming the land Leon left him and gives him a job. Leon turns down the opportunity. Dion insists he has no issues with him, but warns Leon to remain out of the current neighborhood war. Louis and Jerome are up next. Leon arrives at their bar with a gift from Ghana, but neither the visit nor the gift is welcomed. Jerome is adamant that there will be no peace between him and his cousin, and that Leon should not be concerned about what is going on with the Saints because he is not family. That remark is a jab, and it appears to have hurt Leon. Jerome adds insult to injury by telling Leon he must depart. Leon saves his closest connection for last, paying a visit to Franklin at his home. Franklin's home is a shambles, as Louis had some police officers investigate the property and destroyed items in the process. The two reminisce about Leon's time in Africa as they walk over broken glass to find a seed to eat the burgers Leon purchased for them. As the episode ends, Franklin tells Leon that if he is going to be in Los Angeles, he must choose a side in the ongoing feud. If he does not want to choose, Franklin insists on returning to Ghana with his wife.